Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson save. Had a little bit of a break away from the game since the Munich save finished, and yeah, now recharged and refreshed to get back into this one, and this will lead us into FM20. And yeah, since we last met, we played through the December and start of January period where we've had the World Cup. England didn't win that World Cup. I'll show you just now. It was actually Germany that beat Argentina in the final. England got to, I think, the quarter stage where they lost to Spain in extra time. We've played some games since we've come back from that break. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup, which we'll bring you today. We're bringing you a City doubleheader, one in the league and one in the cup. We then went away to Porto and beat them 2-1. Aldolfo with a brace. Southampton, another good 2-0 win. Teixeira and Harry Wilson scoring the goals there. And then James Maddison and Brilian Bolo at home to Bournemouth, scoring the goals for us. We've also had the draw for the Champions League, and we face a German side. We go to Leverkusen. We know them all too well from our days at Munich. And yeah, first knockout round, first leg in the Champions League will be against Leverkusen in that very, very busy period in February. We're going to bring you a double upload today due to the lack of action on the channel over the last couple of weeks or so. So we're going to bring you the City games in the first slot at 12:30, and then in the second slot at 5:30 we're going to bring you the Liverpool and the United game. So two massive episodes for you today, and we are going to go straight into it. No transfers really to be told at the minute. We've had some unsettling of the squad though, and that is Andrew Robertson. City came in for him and gave me a measly offer of about 30 million, well under his valuation, and I said no, not going to have him. And he came to me a little bit annoyed. I said, look, if they put in an offer of 45 million, I will definitely sell you. We can bring someone in. So you will find out if that happens during these two episodes today. If anything else happens during the transfer window as well, you will know about it. Brilian Bolo is another one who is wanted by teams Milan and Arsenal, but I valued him at 120 million, and because he's got 4 years left on his contract, and I say that should keep big teams away. And yeah, let's get into this first game against City in the league. This is how the league looks. We are top of the table by 6 points ahead of Chelsea. Liverpool do have a game in hand. They're 3 points behind Chelsea, and then United are a further point back there. So this is the second half of the season after the World Cup, and this is where the business does pick up. And say we play City, who are in 8th, not having the best of seasons so far this year. Who's a manager at the minute is Allegri, who's just left Juve in real life. And yeah, so Allegri is in at City. Still got players like Kevin De Bruyne and also brought in Kieran Tierney as well. But a lot of injuries in that one. This is going to be the lineup that goes up against City. We've got Rakitic in goal. Van Zanten, Bocconi, Zagadou and Bellew are the back line. Maya and Teixeira in the middle of midfield. Marin on the left and Bolo on the right with Maddison in behind. Aldolfo on the bench. Bastoni, Dodo, Aya, Zakaria, Wilson, Neres and Fetty up. Let's get into this one and let's see if we can take 3 points away from City. Nothing coming in that first half at all. Absolute domination from us against City. Only 3 shots on target, 3 shots in total, and we've had more possession, 15 shots from us. So yeah, not really too sure where it's breaking down. Aldolfo not having the best of games, nor is Embolo or Teixeira. Going to get into him a little bit, go assertive and say not happy with what we're doing. James Maddison seems to lose confidence. I'm just going to calmly say looking for him to make the difference, and we've changed him around. Let's start the second half. We have gone positive in that latter stages of the first half, and hopefully in the second half we can make a breakthrough. De Bruyne with a free kick, first highlight of the game, and Embolo nips in there, and now we're on the counter-attack over the top to Aldolfo, one-on-one with Edison. He goes for goal, he shoots, he scores his 11th goal of the season for the young Brazilian straight after the second half starts, and Aldolfo puts us 1-0 up. Embolo with the important interception, loose pass from Kevin De Bruyne, a lovely ball over the top from Embolo, and Aldolfo just drills that past and Edison. 1-0 to Newcastle. Bellew throws the ball into Zagadou. We're about 10 minutes in to the second half, and Bellew driving down that left hand side finds Teixeira in the middle. He's got a lovely switch out to Embolo and he uses it down that right hand side. Tierney coming out to him, and it's a good block Balls back to Van Zenten, who drives inside, finds Jimmy Maddison, out to Meyer, back to Maddison again, being tightly marked by KDB. It's a loose pass from Teixeira. Now they launch a counter-attack, but that's a loose pass by Lautaro Martinez into Embolo on that right-hand side, and it's a good save by Edison, and say some loose passing in the middle of midfield there, but we get the shot away. Maddison now with a corner, can't find a black and white shirt. Marin on the edge, can he get half a yard to take a shot? Goes on the left hand side, and it's another corner. We'll stay with this highlight, and it's Maddison again to in-swing this corner. Can he find a black and white shirt? Zagadou on the edge, into Adolfo. Teixeira's there, and we get a goal from a corner kick. Pressure on the City back line, and nearly on the hour mark, we are 2-0 up now. Maddison in-swinging corner, doesn't find a black and white shirt in the middle, and Danilo clears that. Zagadou into Adolfo, and it falls to Teixeira. 2-0 Newcastle. Wilson coming in on that left-hand side, goes for an audacious shot, come cross, and Edison had to be aware there, and he gets the ball in his hands. Lautaro Martinez out to Kieran Tierney. They're playing this wing-back system. Kevin De Bruyne back to Aymeric Laporte. He comes forward, finds Tierney, and now quickly in to Gundogan. Over the top to Lautaro Martinez, in on goal, and Rakitic can't keep it out. I think there was a slight deflection from Pocconi or Zagadou, and they get one back with about 2.5 minutes left with injury time. Gundogan over the top. Lovely ball, a lovely run from Martinez. Yeah, Zagadou, I think he got a little bit of a deflection, took Rakitic from one side to the other. 2-1 Newcastle now. And there we have it, full time whistle goes. Newcastle 2, City 1. City making it a little bit tighter with that goal in the 91st minute. But 2 goals in 10 minutes from Adolfo and Teixeira, giving us the win, giving us the 3 points. And we play City again in a few days' time in the FA Cup. Can we go through to the next round of that competition? So before we get into this cup game against City, let's round up what's happened in the league since then. Because of the World Cup, the fixtures are all over the place. So we beat City 2-1. Arsenal lost to West Brom 1-0. Liverpool drew with Bournemouth 1-0. And Chelsea drew with Everton 1-0, with United beating Stoke on that weekend 3-0. So that was a really good weekend for us, really, because Chelsea dropped points, Liverpool dropped points, and Arsenal dropped points, and I'm actually not too bothered about United winning because they're still a massive 10 points behind us, as you can see. Then there was the Manchester derby. City beat United, which helped us even more, and that was a good result for us, and say City pull themselves back into sniffing distance of those European places. They've got 2 games in hand on some of the teams, 3 games in hand on some of the teams above them, and then next time out we will face Liverpool. We'll face West Brom. Next time out, we'll face West Brom in midweek, and then Liverpool, and we'll be back later on today with the Liverpool and the United games. 2 massive games, one away at Anfield, one at home to United. We have had a little bit of transfer news. Robertson has gone, but he hasn't gone to City. That's right, Andrew Robertson is now part of Roma's first team, and he was just diminishing in stature, really. Bellew was getting better, Robertson was getting worse. Roma offered us £44.5 million, and I said yes, I'll absolutely take that. Gets him off our wage packet as well, and we're on the hunt for a new left back. Hopefully we'll sign him by the end of today's episode. But let's get into this game against City in the FA Cup. Pretty much the starting lineup that played them in the league, because we had a week between the 2 games. The only change is Jonjo Shelvey comes in for João Teixeira. That is purely because I promised him first team football. We've got 14 days to run. He'll probably play this game and the West Brom game, but won't play the Liverpool or the City games. Liverpool United games, sorry. So yeah, need to give him some game time. So that just ticks off that list. Rest of it is exactly the same, and we've brought Teixeira on the bench for Christopher Ayer, but the rest of the team stays exactly the same. Let's go and see if we can get a second win against City and go through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. So they've changed their formation since the league game they played against us a week ago, and they've gone to a 4-2-3-1, so like for like against us there. They've changed some of their personnel as well. Murphy in goal, a regen instead of Edison. Danilo, Skriniar, Stones and Tierney, a really strong back line. Kovacic and Artur in the middle of midfield. They've got Leon Bailey on the left, Bernardo Silva on the right, with Kevin De Bruyne in behind. Gabriel Jesus. Laporte's on the bench. Martinez, Sessegnon, also Phil Foden, all on the bench. So a slight change, slight tweak in the formation, slight tweak in the personnel as well for City. One change for Shelvey in that middle of midfield. Going to tell the guys, come on lads, keep our run going. Then passionately follow that with, I think there's a lot more to come from you. You've got what it takes to go out there and beat City for the second time within a week. Maddison with a free kick, goes for goal and shoots just wide, and we need to test this. C. Murphy out in goal. Say young buck for City. Maddison again into the middle of midfield. Zagadu's there, in on from a header from Pocconi, but he's going to be disallowed for offside. Unfortunate for the centre half pair in there. Unlucky not to put us 1-0 up. Van Zanten into Maddison, back to Van Zanten, comes inside, got Shelvey there, lovely flick on to Bilal with a shot, and it's a vicious effort, but fires just wide of that far post. Murphy with the ball at his feet, got good feet on him there, and it goes long, but Zagadou wins that header. Maddison in behind the midfield too. Maddison again into Mbolo. Can he get the ball in? No, finds Shelvey just on the edge, goes for goal, and Jonjo Shelvey comes in and scores a goal. Second goal of the season, and just highlights why I picked him today. A little bit more oomph from Jonjo Shelvey compared to João Teixeira, especially needed for an FA Cup game. Mbolo just takes his time. Shelvey just peels off his man there. Loads of space and great shot on him as well. 1-0 to Newcastle, 5 minutes before half-time. And that is half-time. 3 shots on goal, but none on target for City. They've had a little bit more possession, but we've dominated proceedings with regards to shots on goal. Going to go to the team talk. Going to keep it calm and just say, you play well so far, but there is room for improvement. Again, keeping it calm. There's a lot more to come from these guys out there, and I believe they've got what it takes. Marin looking a little bit worse for wear, and as is James Maddison. So changes probably to be made in this second half, but 45 minutes away from the 5th round of the FA Cup. 25 minutes to go, changes made. Neres and Wilson on for Maddison and Marin, and hopefully won't change us too much. 20 minutes to go. Van Zanten trying to find I think it was Mbolo in the middle. Wilson picking up that ball back to Arnie Meyer. Meyer into Jonjo. Jonjo now, can he get a switch out to Neres? He can. Comes inside, lovely ball. Mbolo's there, headers on goal. Has the beating of Kieran Tierney at that back post. Mbolo, big, strong man as a winger. And just got the running jump on Kieran Tierney. We'll see this in 3D. Shelvey with a lovely switch out to David Neres. Comes inside, lovely cross in. And as you see there, running jump on Kieran Tierney. He's also got that power and strength. And it's 2-0 to Newcastle. 9 minutes on the clock left to go. Wilson, lovely switch out again to David Neres. Having loads of fun down this left-hand side. Stops, gets the cross in. Fetiarp's there. Fetiarp comes off the bench, scores his 10th goal of the season, and that puts us through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Newcastle are absolute riot here. Lovely switch out from Wilson to Neres. Neres just taking on his man, whips this ball in, and Fetiarp just peels off his men, and he just puts that into the top left-hand corner. 3-0 Newcastle, Fetiarp's 10th goal of the season. About 6 minutes left on the clock. They go long up to Phil Foden, but don't get there. Arnie Meyer gets the ball down to Wilson, but he gets tackled, and now Bailey beats Bilal to the ball over the top to Ryan Sessegnon against his former club. That's his first goal of the season. He brings one back for City, and it's 3-1. Stones, lovely ball out to Bailey. Bilal just can't get there in time, and Bailey just chips the ball over the top, and Ryan Sessegnon, cool, calm and collected, drills it into that far corner. It's 3-1 Newcastle now. Oh, Wilson scores. I thought it was just the end of the game highlight, but Wilson scores an absolute worldie from about 30 yards out. Let's see it in 3D. Wilson and Mbolo play the ball between themselves into Jonjo Shelvey, and Shelvey just takes his time. He finds Wilson, one touch out of his feet, and what a hit that is from Harry Wilson. It's 4-1 to Newcastle now, and there we have it. Full-time whistle goes. 4-1 to Newcastle. Slight change in formation and personnel for City. Probably their undoing going matching up with us with regards to the formation, and loads of players on a 7.0 or above. The only one really was Rakitic. I think if he got a clean sheet, he'd have gone a 7.0 as well. Man of the match goes to Brilliant Bolo. Goal and assist, 8.4, but Jonjo Shelvey close behind him with an 8.3. What a return back from a little hiatus, and 6 goals scored, 2 goals conceded, and the boys are in fine form. We'll play West Brom I'll let you know how we go on with that. I say another home game, snow apparently, so it's going to be a difficult game with regards to conditions. And later on today at 5:30, we will show you Liverpool away. We go to Anfield. A bit of a rivalry going on with us and Liverpool, so we'll see how we get on at Anfield. And then we come back to St James's Park, and the transfer window closes in the middle of that as well, so you'll see who we bring in as a new left back, and we go to Old Trafford in that second game today at 5:30. But that's it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss any more content. Remember, tick the little bell icon so you know to every time a video goes live. And until later on today, 5:30, we bring you Liverpool and United. I'll see you soon.